Why so serious? It's time to put those sad feelings away and have some laughs and love. Here are 10 new romance comedy anime you must watch. Let's go. Number 10, 2.5 Dimensional Seduction.
嫌いなの？
好きに決まってるだろ！
ああ、先輩を好きになって10年。
If someone asked me what's the my dress-up darling of 2024, then this is what I'd recommend. Sure, it doesn't have the vibe of the original My Dress-Up Darling, but it comes close, very close. This is about Okumura, the president of the manga club who is obsessed with 2D girls. But what happens when a 3D girl with a passion for cosplay comes along? That's love at first sight, or cosplaying at first sight, which later turns to love.
これはチャンス。ああ、アシュフォード様。
If you paid attention to what I said, you know this has all those dress-up darling tropes in place. You've got the popular girl, you've got the cosplay stuff, and you've got fan service sprinkled here and there. Some might call it a copycat, but at least I like this main character more than Gojo. I know that's a hot take, so don't come at me with your pitchforks. Number 9, Ranma 1/2.
俺は茜のことなんかこれっぽっちも1ミリもなんとも思ってねえんだ。
こいつできる。
あんな凶暴で意固地で頑固で常にぶち押すられ。
Body swapping seems to be a very popular trope these days. I don't know why, but if you're into that, then this is perfect for you. This actually came way back, even before your dad met your mom. But somehow it got a remake in 2024. This is about Ranma Saotome and Akane Tendo, two people who are betrothed to each other. But our guy Ranma has a unique problem. He becomes a girl whenever he bathes in cold water.
どんなに凶暴でもお前女だもん。本気で戦えん。
おー、
なんだよ。
そんなに言うなら女同士で戦いましょうか。
I know the plot is beyond everything your science teacher taught you, but that's the good thing about old rom-com anime. It abandons all logic to give you a unique story with tons of laughs. Now, I haven't watched the old series since it came out in 1989, but this new one really hits the mark for me in terms of romance comedy anime, so give it a go. Number 8, Tying the Knot with an Amagami Sister.
そんな提案してくるってことは、ウリュウさんはうちらのことを可愛いって思ってるってことですよね。
まあ、可愛い方だとは思う。
One boy, 3 girls living under the same roof. You know this is gonna be fun. And what if our guy had to marry them all or get kicked out? Meet Uruyu Kamihate. He's taken in by a shrine as a freeloader, but here's the catch. He has to marry into the family. So, his choices: marry the 3 cute girls he now lives with or get booted out. Talk about a mission failed successfully kind of situation.
やっぱりお前からは目を離さない方がいいな。
過保護か、年上相手に。ちょっとキモいですよ。
はいそこ、うるさい。
This is one of those anime I thought was going to turn into a generic, but actually surprised me. Sure, it doesn't have a ton of twists and turns, but the characters are pretty fun to watch. And like always in cases like these, you're forced to pick who the best girl is. And in this case, it's Yuna. Oh, and somebody should give it a +1 for the writing of the main character too. Number 7, Date Alive 5.
ちょっとぼーっとしてたんだ。そのミオがあんまり可愛すぎて。
Date Alive is one of those few harem shows that manage to keep getting series. And come on, what other harem show managed to survive 5 seasons? Even High School DxD has 4 seasons. This season pretty much starts off with Shindo admitting he has collected more girls than Thanos has collected Infinity Stones. Then, he realizes an evil organization's out there to kill him. But nothing can go wrong when you have 10 overpowered waifus by your side. Am I right?
今の記憶を全て持った状態でトーカと出会う前に戻ったとしても、俺は迷うことなくトーカに手を伸ばすよ。
I know a lot of people won't say anything good about the show, but I think what I like about this is how the show realizes what kind of audience it has and then commits to giving that audience what they want. Come on, we all know different people watch this show to see the guy getting the girls, so each season we get these different girls with different tropes and one boy to rule them all. Date them all. Number 6, the magical girl and the evil lieutenant used to be arch enemies.
魔法少女を倒す使命、それは他でもない。私のものだ。いいか、もう一度言う。魔法少女は私のものだ！
I know, enemies to lovers trope is nothing new to us romance anime fans, but sometimes what matters is not the concept but the execution of it. This is about an evil lieutenant called Mira, who has one goal: destroy Earth. Not the most original villain, I know, but this is a villain who falls head over heels in love for the magical girl who comes to stop him. And that's how we get the title of this anime. They used to be arch enemies, but now they're in love.
参謀さんの服大きくてあったかい。
私はどうしてしまったんだ。私をどうする気だ。むしろどうしたらいい。
Now, for those of you who don't know, the sad story behind this anime is how the original author of it died before the anime was made. This anime was actually made in honor of her. Because of that, the anime might not have a definitive ending to it, but trust me, it's pretty funny, pretty wholesome, and has tons of lovey-dovey moments you can enjoy. Number 5, Zenshu.
ブレイブハート。
死にたいのか。
私死んでない。何ここどこ？砂丘？鳥取？
I told you, people are going to mistake this for an action anime, right? That's exactly what happened. But this is about an animator trying to animate an action anime. The story follows Natsuko Hirose, a super talented anime director with tons of awards and hit shows to her name. Her next project, a romantic comedy.
どこから来た。何者だ。
現実から来たアニメだ。
おい。
Now, you're gonna ask, but Mr. Den, what's so special about that? Well, you see, there's just one problem. Our animator has never been in love. That makes writing a romance anime pretty tricky. Zenshu is shaping up to be something really different. Anime about making anime doesn't come around often, which is what makes this special. I went to this anime to see what kind of story they were gonna put out, and I'm really impressed. Number 4, Medaka Kurowa is impervious to my charms.
おはよう、黒岩くん。
Time for the popular girl to seduce the lonely boy who prefers being lonely because he wants to be a monk. Yep, you heard that right. Mona, the star of the show, is the cutest girl around, admired by everyone. But she's got her eye on someone totally unexpected, Medaka Kurowa. The catch? Medaka doesn't care about her charm. Why? Well, he grew up in a temple where he was taught to suppress all desires.
今日も可愛い。おはー。ベリベリプリティ。おはよう。
This anime is pretty good. That's why I made an entire video about it. I know, it's the usual popular girl falling for the unpopular boy trope, but this time the girl is willing to do anything to just get the boy's attention. And somehow, instead of making the male character an unlikable jerk, they actually turned him into an interesting character. I mean, come on, the guy wants to be a monk. Number 3, Makine, Too Many Losing Heroines.
付き合ってなかったの？じゃあ浮気でもなんでもないじゃん。
だから半分付き合ってたようなもので、あの乳牛女を出てこなければきっと今頃うまくいってたな。
Another's loss is your victory. And that is kind of the concept that they're going for here. Once again, this is one of those anime I went with zero expectations, but honestly surprised me. The story is about Kazuhiko Nukumizu, a quiet and antisocial guy who mostly stays out of people's business. But that changes when he sees Anna Yanami getting rejected by her childhood friend. Kazuhiko decides to step in and help, and somehow this small act of kindness catches Anna's attention, along with a few other girls.
ねえ、ぬくみずくん。女の子は2種類に分けられるの。幼馴染か、泥棒猫か。
なるほど。大胆な分類だ。
I know it starts out with rom-com bait as usual, but somehow it develops into this mature show that teaches about accepting your feelings and how the world doesn't always give you what you want. People who you like might not like you back, but always the way you'll find other people who admire you. Seriously, this is one of those shows where you go for the harem comedy and stay for the feels. Number 2, The Foolish Angel Dances with the Devil.
わかった。俺も手伝うぜ。ここは一つ協力してみんなの誤解を解いていこうぜ。
焦りすぎじゃろ。
You know, I'm into supernatural anime, so when an anime with supernatural demons and angels comes along and even promises us romance and comedy, I'm definitely in. So we've got a demon sent on a mission to a human high school. His task? Pretty simple. Recruit some clueless teens to help take down the angels. But then he ends up sitting next to the stunning Lily Amane. Will he stick to the plan, or will he fall for the gorgeous girl and forget about all his mission?
さてさて阿久津よ。しもべとなった貴様に協力してもらうこと。それは悪魔狩りじゃ。
I know the first episodes might be rough, but the journey after is totally worth it. The story gets deeper and the characters get more complex, and the writers manage to do it without compromising on the romance. This is also one of the few shows that balance dark moments and lighthearted moments really well. So if you decided to drop this one, don't. Make sure to give it a go. Number 1, Aya sometimes hides her feelings in Russian.
さっき言ってたよな。バレエをやってたからフォークダンスなんて見ればできるって。
ええ。
それじゃあお手並み拝見といこうか。お姫様。
And we're finishing off with the Russian tsundere. And if you don't know what a tsundere is, make sure to check my video about it. If you were blind and deaf and didn't hear the title correctly, this is about a tsundere hiding her feelings in Russian. Instead of using Google Translate like us weaklings, our main character actually knows Russian and understands everything the girl says.
ありゃ、聞いてるか？
聞いてるわ。ちょっとパフェに気を取られただけ。
はあ、まあ確かに美味しそうだけど。
何よ何よ。
Apart from the anime girl who speaks in Russian, the real special thing about the show is the side characters. No, I really mean it. Usually in any anime, there are only a few side characters who can live up to the popularity of the main character, but man, in this show, every girl who appears has some unique personality. Our main character is also not a guy to be fidgeting around the moment he hears a compliment. So with all that, this is one of the best rom-com anime of modern times.